terms as well. So I'm making the circle and I have not filled the color inside. So this circle is a hollow circle. So you can make an arrow and write hollow. Then I'm making a circle and I'm going to fill the color inside, and this is a solid circle. So first circle is the hollow circle, second circle is the solid circle. And trust me, this page will help you out a lot when you will proceed further for further things, okay? When you will be making the fair work. Then I'm making a dot. Hollow circle, solid circle, and the dot. Okay? And next, I'm going to make the lines. Now I'm making the straight lines, also known as the vertical lines. Then I'm making the horizontal lines. I also call them the sleeping lines because people generally get confused between verticals and horizontals. Next, I'm making the slant lines or tilted lines. Slant lines or tilted lines. Okay. So first one, vertical or straight, second horizontal or sleeping, and third, fourth are the slant lines or tilted lines. We also call them diagonals. Okay. Now next I'm going to make the cross. So make a multiplication sign to make a cross. Make a multiplication sign and make the lines both the sides like this. And then make a broad cross. So first two crosses are used for human figures and the third cross is used for animal figures. Okay. First two crosses for human figures and third cross for animal figures. All right. Now next I'm going to make the cones. Just make a V. Hanji. You can.
Do we have?
Can you please type it in the chat box, whatever query you have? Ayushi,
Yes, ma'am.
can you please help me with this? Mute.
Yes, surely. Guys, you can just post down all your queries in the chat box. As I mentioned, don't worry, we'll take it up. Okay.
Okay. We will unmute you once I'm done with my session. So if you want to ask something at that time, you can ask. But right now, I don't want anybody to get disturbed. Okay. So you can just put your questions in the chat box. And Ruchita, I'll reply your answer at the last. Okay. So I'm just making the V upside down, sideways, left and right. Then I'm making the cone and I'm making another cone inside this. So these are the cones. Then I'm going to make the triangles. And once I start making the figures, I actually use the terms. Okay. So I'm making the triangle like this, making it upside down, sideways, left and right. And I'm making the triangle and I'm making another triangle inside this. I'm going to make the semicircles. Semicircles. Just make the semicircle like this, upside down, sideways, left and right. One line and the semicircle, making it upside down and making another semicircle inside. And then I'm going to make the curves. So if I compare the semicircle to the curves, then the semicircles are broader than the curves. So if the semicircles are these broad, then the curves will be like this only. Like this. Inwards, outwards. Then you can also make it like this. These are also the curved lines. Okay. Proceeding further, I'm going to make the oval. Oval. For making the oval, just make it like this, horizontally, and this is the vertical one. And then I'm making the eye shape or leaf shape. Now the question arises that why eye shape? We don't make the faces, we don't make the eye shapes. So the answer is that eye shape also represents the leaf shape, and we use it for making the fish bodies. We use it for making the borders. That is why we make the eye shape. Make a curve, make another curve, then make it vertically and make it in a slanting manner. Okay. Next, we have the checked lines. Checked lines. Okay. Just make the straight lines and make the horizontal lines on them. Make the slant lines and the horizontal lines on them. And then make the slant lines and make the slant lines on them. Like this. Okay. Next shape. That is the spirals or a spiral. Just make it like this or like this. And every shape has its own importance. Once I'll just proceed with the figures, you will understand each and everything. Now I'm going to make the waves. So these are the high waves and these are the low waves. High waves and low waves. Okay. And now I'm proceeding with the last basic shape. Then we will be making the basic borders, and for that you require the scale. So the last basic shape is mango, M-A-N-G-O, M-O-T-I-F, mango motif. Mango motif is also known as pastel. It's also known as carry. Okay. So I'm just making the mango motif, the first one, and here goes the second one, like this. Okay. So I am done with the basic shapes. Now we will be proceeding with the basic border. Okay. So now we will be making the basic borders. I'm just writing borders over here. And for that you require the scale. So we will be making different borders and different patterns as well in one border. Okay. So before proceeding with the border, let me tell you that triangles and dots are very prominent in Warli art or tribal art. Okay. It's very much used. So I'm making the first border and we will be repeating the basic shapes. So this is your practice mode. We will be repeating the basic shapes again. Okay. So Masoom, once I am done with my drawing part, I'll show you the full page. Don't worry. I'm just making the triangles in this. So you can just simply make the border. You can make the triangles. Mango motif's other name is Pasley, P-A-I-S-L-E-Y, and carry, which we call it in Hindi. Okay. Now I'm putting the dots and the pattern changes. So as I told you that we will be learning different patterns. Here goes and the pattern changes. Now I'm going to change one more pattern. So I'm going to solid one side of the triangle and the other side remains hollow with a dot. Like this. Okay. So you can solid any of the sides and you can make the border like this as well. We are not doing any sort of measurement right now because this is the rough work. But once you are doing the fair work, once we are making the proper painting, definitely we do the proper measurements. Okay. So there is a proper course, there's a proper master class about which we will be talking about once I'm done with my drawing. I'll be showing you the stuff, whatever I make and whatever I teach in the master class. And then Ayushi will be telling you about the master class details. So we actually do proper measurements and everything while making the paintings and all in the master class. Okay. So I am making the random lines. I'm making 2 random lines for the next border. And in this, I'm going to make the slant eye shapes or leaf shape. like this. Slant eye shape or leaf shape. Yes, yes, definitely, Ruchita, you can use different colors. Okay. Now I'm putting the dots. I also make colored Warli. You can use different colors, obviously. Now I'm going to make 3 different patterns in this border as well. So in the first one, I'm just making the lines like this. Okay. This is the line pattern. In second one, I'm making one center line and slant lines to make it proper leaf shape. So this is a line pattern. This is a leaf pattern. And third one is solid. So you can opt any of the designs and you can just apply whenever you are just making your fair work. Yes, Pranali. So I just made the eye shapes or leaf shapes like this. I'm just making it without the line over here. Like this. In the first one, I made the lines like this. This is a line pattern. Okay. In the second one, I made one center line like this. And the slant lines both the sides to make it a leafy pattern. And third one was solid. I hope that is clear to each and every one of you. And I have just kept the dots as well, both the sides. Okay. It's like this. I hope it is clear, Pranali. Now I'm making the third border. In the third border, I'm going to make the triangles with curves. Triangles with curves. The lines, the leaves are actually connected to each other. This actually depends upon the size of the border you are making. If you're making a broad border, obviously leaves will be bigger, right? And they are joined to each other. So it depends upon you, okay? I'm making the triangles over here. And I'm going to make the hollow triangles inside this. Like this. And between the triangles, I'm making the curves. Like this. Okay. Next, I'm going to make the crosses. So I'm making 2 lines again. And you are actually practicing all the basic shapes because you are making it again and again. So which is very important. So I'm making I'm making a lot of crosses over here together. And then I'm keeping the dots both the sides. You can also keep the dots in the center. It completely depends upon you. Okay. Ruchita, don't go very fast. Let's go slow. Okay. If you will get to know everything once we will proceed. Just stick to the borders and then we will do the things step by step. Okay. So I'm going to make the line over here, single line, not 2 lines. I'm leaving some space. I'm making a semicircle. I'm making another semicircle and making it solid. Then I'm making the line and the dot, line and the dot, line and the dot, and so on to give it a semicircular shape. Okay. Then I'm making the semicircle again, putting the dot. I mean making the inside semicircle solid, inner semicircle solid. And then again I'm making the line and the dots. Like this. Okay. So now I'm keeping the scale like this and my patterns are equal to each other. Right? So if you are unable to make the equal patterns, you can make the line using the pencil and erase it later on once you are done with your drawing part. Okay. Masum, are you asking about the basic shapes? Just reply so that I can answer. Okay. Now in the next border, I'm making 2 close lines. And I'm making the semicircles both the sides. 2 close lines and the semicircles both the sides. I'm putting the dots. And I'm going to make the lines between the semicircles. Like this. You can write it in the chat box. Are you talking about the basic shapes? Seventh basic shape? Okay. Now in the next border, I'm going to make the cones. I hope I'm not going that fast. That is the curves. Masoom, that is curves. I'm going to make the cones like this. Okay, I'll go slow after this. All right, all right, all right. I'm putting the dots above the lines where these cones are connected. And I am putting the dots below the lines where these cones are connected. Okay. So after this, we are left with two more borders, and then we will be proceeding with the basic human figures, the very important thing in which I'm going to teach you how to make the different figures. And generally, we differentiate the figures with the hairstyles whenever we are making the standing figures. Okay. Then we will be proceeding with the old man and women. And in old man and women, again, I have lot of tricks. And in old man and women, everything is going to change. Body posture, leg formation, hand formation, everything. And then we will proceed with the bird and animal figures. Okay. So once you guys are done till here, please let me know. I hope everybody is drawing along. Yeah, Ishanvi, I have already said this, that once I am done with my drawing part, I am going to show you whatever I make and whatever I teach in the masterclass. And then our moderator Ayushi will be telling you about the masterclass details. Okay? Yes, definitely I'll show it. All right. Now, next two borders are the filler borders. Borders are the borders which are the thin borders where we don't have to make where we don't have the space to make the broad borders. We make the filler borders. So I'm just repeating the cross design in a smaller size without the lines. You don't need the scale to make this border as well as the last border. I'm just putting the dots in the center like this. My mic is not mute. Ayushi, can you please write it in the chat box? Ruchita,
Surely, ma'am.
once I'm done with my work, I'm going to show you the full page. You can take the screenshot, okay? Now, in the last one, I'm making the slant lines or the tilted lines together. And then I'm keeping the dots. And I'm keeping the dots on the edges as well. So before proceeding with the basic human figures, I'm just writing basic human figures. I'm going to tell you something verbally. I'm writing the basic human figures. So whenever we are making the basic human figures in Warli or the human figures in Warli, we actually differentiate between the figures by making different leg formations, hand formations, and body postures. Like we make Warli daily life, the daily life they actually live. We make the god figures, the festivity. We make the figures with instruments. We make tarpa dance forms. So we actually differentiate with the uh, leg formation, hand formation, and body posture. Okay, like a lady is cooking food, so she will be sitting. Her leg formation, hand formation will differ. Her body posture will be different. A person who is taking the stuff from one place to another, in that case things will differ. So we actually differentiate with the different formations. But today we will be starting off with the basics, and I am going to teach you how to make the leg formation for the standing figures in Warli. So I'm going to teach you four kind of leg formations for the standing figures. Okay, we will be making the standing figures, and I'm going to teach you four different leg formations for the standing figures. First leg formation is the left leg formation. L stands for left leg formation. I'm using just a normal pen, just a normal gel pen. Okay, this is for the person who is standing and facing towards the left. Okay, so just make a small slant line like this. Big slant line, small slant line. Again, small, big, small, like this. Just opposite to it is the right leg formation, and it is like this. A person is standing and facing towards the right. This is the right leg formation. Okay. Left leg formation, right leg formation. Then we have the straight leg formation. For a person who is standing straight, like this. And last but not least, the front leg formation. F stands for front. This is the mixture of left and right. You can use any of the leg formations, straight or front, for a front facing person. My voice is not clear. Is that
Uh,
so?
just a minute, ma'am. Guys, I don't know why is it so with you, because for me it is pretty much clear. Is it
Yeah,
for everybody?
ask if for everybody. Is my voice clear? If yes, then please write yes in the chat box.
Yes, I can see maximum yeses in the chat box. So guys, whoever is facing issues, kindly rejoin once. Then there must be some technical glitches or network issues at your end. Yes, ma'am, you can continue.
All right. Okay, so these are the leg formations: left leg formation, right leg formation, straight leg formation, and front leg formation. Now I'm going to make the first figure of Warli, which is the most important figure, and that is the figure of the man. We call it the most important figure because if you learn how to make the figure of the man, you can easily make the figure of the boy, the figure of the women, the big figure of the girls, because the figure remains common, but we bring the changes with the hairstyles. So I'm making the first figure. Just make the solid circle like this for the head. Solid circle for the head. Then I'm making one line for the neck. This is the shoulder and this is the cross. I'm going to solid this as well. And I'm going to solid this as well. Then I'm making slant, big line, small slant line, big slant line, small slant line like this. And the left leg formation, you can make any of the leg formations which I have taught to you. Okay, so someone wants me to repeat the front leg formation again. 1 second. It's like it's the mixture of left and right. Just make left leg formation and right leg formation. That's it. Okay. So this is the figure of the man, the most common figure. Okay. Now, if I have to make the boy, then the boy's height is shorter. Welcome, dear. The boy's height is shorter in comparison to the man's figure. Okay, so whenever we are making the man or women and we have to make the boy's figure in Warli daily life, then we will be making the boy's height shorter. So I'm just making the boy next to the man, same figure but short heighted. Same figure but short heighted. So I'm going to make his legs and then I'm going to make his hands like he's holding the hand of his father. So I'm making his hand like this. Okay. And if I have to bring some changes with the hairstyle, then I am going to make the lines on his head like this. Lines on his head. Okay. So this is considered to be the boy. A lot of people are asking what pen I'm using. I'm just using a normal gel pen. Okay. Next, I'm going to make the women. And again, I'm going to make the figure of the man. Just make the figure of the man again. So once I have to make it a women, again, I'm just bringing the changes with the hairstyle. And I am going to make the bun over here. Akshada is doing a great job. Thank you so much, Akshada. Okay. I'm just writing the women over here because this is the women. I just made the bun. Okay. And now I'm going to teach you 3 different phases of the girls. First girl will be the little girl. Second girl will be the young girl. And third girl will be an adult girl. Again, we will be making the figure of the man. And we will be bringing the changes with the hairstyle. Now you see that you are practicing the figure again and again as well. And in the old man and women's figure, everything is going to change. The neck formation, hand formation, leg formation, body posture, everything. So again, I have made the figure of the man. And if I have to make it a little girl, then I'm just going to make two side ponies like this. Okay. And this will be the little girl. Then I'm making the young girl, figure of the man again. For making the young girl. Similar figure like a man, hand formation. And if I have to make it a young girl, then I'm going to make one side pony only. Okay. This will be the young girl. Okay. And last but not the least, in the girls section, girls faces, I'm going to make an adult girl. Now this time, just make the figure of the man, but do not make the hands. We will be making some changes with the hands. Make the figure of the girl, make the figure of the man, but do not make the hands. So just make the legs like this. Okay. And make one side pony again. One side pony like this, like we made in the young girl. And hands will be a bit far from the body. In all these figures, I have made the hands which are close to the body. In this, the hands will be a bit far from the body because I'm going to make the lines both the sides to show that she's wearing a dupatta. So this is an adult girl. All the three phases. Little girl, young girl, and an adult girl. Can you see these? I hope it is clear. It is easy. You guys are enjoying. Yeah, it's not typical to make the figures. Fantastic. Now we are proceeding with the old man and women's figure. Very, very interesting. Thank you so much for the reactions. Old man and women. Three phases in this as well. Firstly, we will be making the old man with a straight back. In the second one, the old man with the humpy back. And the third one will be the old man with a very tilted back. He is a very old man. Thank you so much for a lot of hearts and a lot of reactions. So I am going to share the tricks and techniques to you guys. It will decode the figures and make it easier to you. Okay. So for the first figure, make the K. Make a K. And make the lines both the sides. Just make a K and make the lines both the sides and solid it. Now see, the body posture changes. Thank you so much everyone, Ritu and everybody who's appreciating. The names of the old man, this is the old man with the straight back, then the old man with the humpy back, and the third old man will be there with the very tilted body. Now I'm making the neckline in the center, the straight line for the neck, and then the solid circle for the head. Okay. Okay, Shruti, I'm just showing you the one with dupatta. 1 second. Can you see this? Thank you so much, Preeti. That really means a lot, dear. Okay. So now I'm going to make the right leg formation over here. This old man is facing towards the right. So this is right leg formation. Okay. And I am going to make both the hands towards the right. But there is a trick in that as well. So just make a V like this. And another V. Thank you so much for the reactions. Okay. And then the curve and the stick. So this is an old man with a straight back. Okay. Now next old man with the humpy back, which has a thoda sa tilted back, little bit of tilted back. So just make a small slant line like this, a small slant line because this is the upper body, and make a semicircle attached to it. Then make a triangle just below this and solid each and everything again. Now you see that I have just decoded all the figures with the tricks so that it can be easier for my students to make. Okay. Now in this one, I made the straight neck. In this, the neck will be a bit slanting. So as the head, like this. Right leg formation again. Now hands will be not like a V, but it will be towards right. Hands will be like a tick mark. like a tick mark like this, not like a V. And here comes the stick. This is an old man with a humpy back. Okay, for the tilted figure, I just did this. I just made the slant line, the semicircle triangle attached to it, slant neck, and then the head over here. Okay, then right leg formation, hands like a tick mark towards the right, and then the stick. Okay, you can use the gel pen. Then I'm making the old man with a very tilted back. Okay, just make a bird kind of a thing. We used to make these birds between the mountains in our childhood. Remember? Nostalgic kind of feeling. Just make it. Make one line over here, another line over here. And then make one line like this, another line like this. Solid each and everything. This as well as this. Okay. Then I'm making the right leg formation again. And in this, the neck was straight. In this, the neck was tilted. In this, the neck will be horizontal. So as the head. Hands will go more down like a tick mark. And here comes the stick. And this is the old man with a very tilted body. Which one I have to repeat? Just tell me. I have to repeat the last one. Thank you so much for the reactions, everybody. Okay. So I just made the bird formation like this. Okay. Then I made one line, another line, one line from here, another line from here. I'm going to solid these. Thanks a lot, everyone, for the reactions. Right leg formation. Horizontal line for the neck and the head. Hands will go more down like a tick mark, and here comes the stick. This is the last one. Okay. And now I'm repeating the second one. Okay. Slant line, semicircle, triangle attached to it. Soliding each and everything. Slant neckline, so as the head. Right leg formation. Hands will go like a tick mark, and here comes the stick. Now, if I have to make it a woman, then for making it a woman, just make a bun over here, make a bun over here, and make a bun over here. And this is an old woman. Yes. I hope this is clear to each and every one of you. Is that so? Thank you so much, everyone. Now I'm proceeding with the bird figures. Birds. Jaldi se two birds and two animals which I'm going to make. I have to repeat the last one again. Which last one? This one. I'm making it. Bird kind of a thing. One line from here, one here. Then two lines ऐसे. इसको solid कर देना है फटाफट से. Just solid this. Horizontal neck. The head. Right leg formation. Hands will go more down like a tick mark. And here comes the stick. Easy. Okay. Now I'm going to make the birds. I'm going to make two birds, one a normal bird and second the cross-legged bird. And then we will be making the animals. Okay. So I'm going to teach you two figures. But yes, once you join in the master class, you will get to know about a lot of figures because a lot of things are left. But the time is not left actually. So just make a hollow circle dot and the cone for the head. This is something common with the birds. Make a slant line. Semicircle. Thank you so much for the reactions. Another semicircle and the third one goes solid. Okay. Two big slant lines and two small slant lines attached to it and then the triangle. This is the first bird. Okay. Then I'm going to make a bird with cross legs. So hollow circle dot and the beak. Then I'm going to make this curve. You remember this curve? Second last. We will be making the second last curve over here like this. Okay. Then I'm making the mango motif. You remember the mango motif? See, I used all the shapes somewhere, some or the other way. Okay. Curves inside the mango motif. Then I made one horizontal line like this, stretching it like this. And one vertical line, stretching it like this. And two small lines for the feet. Okay, these are the birds. First bird is a normal bird figure. Second is the bird which is cross-legged, standing cross-legged. Okay. Now the animals. I'm going to make the goat. Which one, Ruchika? Ruchita, sorry. Which figure you want me to repeat? Which bird? First or second? I'm just writing animals over here. Last one. Okay, I'm repeating the cross-legged bird again. Hollow circle, dot, and the beak. Okay. Curved neckline. The mango motif attached to it like this, and the curves over here. And I'm making the line, horizontal line, and stretching it. Vertical line is stretching it, and the legs like this. Okay. Once I'm done with my things, I'll show the full page. Don't worry about it. I'm going to make the last figures and then I'm going to show you the full page. You can take the screenshots. Okay. All right. So firstly, I'm going to make a goat. Just make a slant heart like this. I'm just making it solid. And then I'm making the slant line for the neck. Then I'm making the broad cross. Remember, I taught you broad cross over here. So we have to make the broad cross. And then I'm making two lines like this and I'm going to solid. Solid here as well. Then I'm making the tail like this. And slant line, straight line and dot. Slant line, straight line and dot. These are the legs. Like this. Yes, I will repeat the first bird as well. I'm just repeating it. Hollow circle, dot, and the beak. Slant line, semicircle, another semicircle. Third one, which goes solid. Two big slant lines, two small slant lines, and here comes the tail for that, which is the triangle. Okay, so this is a goat, and now I'm making the last figure, and that is a figure of an elephant. Very quickly, I'm left with a lot of figures, but everything will be covered in the master class. Okay, so I'm making the straight line like this. Okay, I'll just repeat it. And the spiral, remember I taught you the spiral as well. Thank you so much for the reactions. Then make a line for the separation, put the dot over here. Make the elephant body like this. I'm leaving some space from below and I'm making the line and I'm making the front legs like this and the small back legs. Okay. Then I'm making the spiral for the ear and the elephant cloth like this. Like this, and here comes the tail, the cutest elephant. Okay, I'm going to repeat the goat figure once again over here. Slant heart, slant neckline, the broad cross, lines over here. I'm going to solid this, going to solid this as well, making the tail. Thank you so much, everyone. Then slant line, straight line and dot. 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 This is the leg formation. Thank you so much, everyone. Thank you so much. Okay, I'm repeating the last figure and that is the elephant one. Now we are getting late because I have to show you the stuff as well. whatever I make and whatever I teach in the master class. So the elephant figure, just make the straight line like this. Make the spiral. Make one line from here, put the dot. Make the elephant body. Leave some space from below, make a line. Make the front legs and the back legs like this. Spiral for the ear, elephant cloth like this. And here comes the tail. Okay. So we are left with bull's figure, horse's figure, fishes, lot of figures, lot of bird figures as well, the peacocks and everything. Then tree patterns, hut patterns, sarpa dance forms, everything will be covered in the master class. So I hope you guys enjoyed the session. Now I'm giving you one classwork very quickly that you have to give your reviews in the chat box. Kaisa tha class? How was the class? Give your reviews, please. I'm going to show you the